Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new tutorial. Today I'd like to go over a song by John Lennon. It's from his 1970 album, Plastic Ono Band. And he had this great song on there called Love. It was a ballad, kind of a love song to Yoko. And really beautiful tune. It's not one that I see teached a lot out there, so I would like to make an exception to that rule and introduce that to those of you not familiar with the song. It's pretty easy to find on YouTube if you want to take a quick listen. I'll probably leave a link down below so you can get to that video and see how touching the song is. It's a piano ballad. It has a little bit of guitar. It has a little bit of other stuff, but mostly a piano ballad, kind of like Imagine was. And as a matter of fact, they used the exact same piano sound on this as they did on Imagine. It's kind of a trademark of John Lennon's, along with his double-tracked vocals. When you hear two John Lennon singing at the same time, he liked to bolster his voice a little bit like that. Now that had a bit to do with Phil Spector too, who produced this album and this song. So 1970 we're talking here, and it's a piano song, but it's very ukulele friendly, believe it or not. I'm going to give you an easier version of it towards the end of this video in the key of C, but let me right now show it to you in its original key of D, which isn't too hard, but if you find it hard, we'll do the key of C just to make it easier. All right, I'm going to try to make this quick, but there's a lot of ground to cover. There's so much to talk about in this song, but let's just learn the song first. All right, so we have an intro. It kind of fades in, and John Lennon's playing his piano, and he's playing an F sharp minor chord. F sharp minor is 2-1-2-0. Not a too terribly difficult chord to play, but it's a beautiful chord. And then we come across C sharp 7. That one's a little challenging. It's a bar chord. You can do it in one of two ways comfortably, and that would be 1-1-1-2, employing a full bar like that. You could also play it at the 4th fret using 4-5-4-4, which I don't find to be as pleasing, as mellifluous voicing as this one. The 1-1-1-2 version is a lot more like what John Lennon played on his piano, so I usually roll with that one. Moving on from C sharp 7, we get F sharp minor again. We get D7, very easy chord. We get G. We get A7 sus 4, which is this, it's 0-2-0-0. A7, which is 0-1-0-0. And then A7 sus 2, which in this particular position of the ukulele you cannot play. I will show you a version of it though. Actually you can play it, but it doesn't sound much like John Lennon. And then finally D, just to finish up the verse. Then he does like a little tag at the end, another F sharp minor. This time in E minor 7 instead of G, which is just a richer G chord, and it's 0-2-0-2. He does that A7 sus lick again. And if you don't want to do the version I'm about to show you that's a little up the neck, just do A7 sus 4 to A7, and again A7 sus 4 to A7. That would be a reasonable substitute. It totally works. Here's the version that's closer to his piano playing though. We do A7 like this, 2-4-3-4. We do A7 sus 4 as 2-4-3-5. And we do A7 sus 2 as 2-4-3-2. You have to do a full bar once again. So like this. And to get that final cadence, that chord that he resolves it all to, he does a D chord on his piano with D as the highest note, and that's the melody note too. So 2-2-2-5. If you're not into that D, I highly recommend it. It's a great sounding D, especially to end a section of a song or to end a song instead of our usual D, which is 2-2-2-0. Chord diagrams will be available. If any of these chords went by too quickly and you wanted a more thorough explanation, I will make available to people if they visit the link down below to my Patreon page. You will get to access full chord diagrams and a song sheet of this song. So you get all this bonus stuff that's going to help you learn the song. Now, I'm going to show you the picking pattern, and then finally at the end of this I'll show you how to play this in the key of C. But here's the picking pattern. This is very close to what he played on his piano. We pluck the C string with our thumb. We pluck the E string with our index. Then we pinch the G and A strings together. And then we pluck the E string with our index. So that gives us this. Ukulele players, we call that a picking pattern. A more formally trained pianist would call that an arpeggio. That's basically an arpeggiated chord, a broken chord. And that's something you do all the time on piano ballads. You hear it all the time. You would do something like that on Imagine or any other piano ballad. November Rain by Guns N' Roses, all that stuff. There's a million songs that have that sort of thing in it. Dream On by Aerosmith, another example of a ballad written on the piano. So that's going to cover it. If you go C string, E string, pinch the G and A, and then pick the E string, that's going to totally cover this song. I'm going to go through the introduction chords with that, just as I did earlier. And that gives you the basic flavor of the tune. All right, for those of you that don't want to do some of these advanced chords, and even a chord like D or F sharp minor might be a little too hard, let's put this down a whole step. Let's put it in the familiar ukulele-friendly key of C, which will probably be to your liking if you're a beginner or you just haven't been playing that long. This is going to be perfect for you. Let's check it out. Instead of D, we're doing a C chord. Instead of F sharp minor, we're doing an E minor chord. Instead of C sharp 7, we're doing a B7. And B7, if you don't know it, here's an easy one for you. 4-3-2-0. It works. E minor, which is 0-4-3-2. C7, you all know that one. You got F. And then the sus part, we would do G7 sus 4. G7, G7 sus 2. Let me show you those. These aren't that much harder than just plain G7. What you would have is 0, 2, 1, 3. Then G7, 0, 2, 1, 2. G7 sus 2, 0, 2, 1, 0. And back to G7, which is 0, 2, 1, 2. Which gives you this. So I'm going to play you the verse in C so that you can catch it. And this, again, will be written out, chord diagrams, everything on Patreon, on the link down below. Here we go. Not too terribly hard. It's a fairly easy way to play it if you put it in C. But if you want to capture that John Lennon magic, I would suggest you try to do it in D. That would be the ultimate. But anybody can play this song if you really want to. I hope you enjoyed this, ukulele people. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. Be sure to click that notify bell. And look out for the tabs and everything for this song. And just a very quick note before I sign off, I wanted to sneak this in. This song has an awful lot of the things we talked about music theory-wise, about cadences, secondary dominance, the 2-5-1 progression. All this music theory stuff is right at work in here. So if you want a little bit of talk about that, I'd be happy to come back and explain it. But let's keep this one short for now. All right, ukulele people, you take care. Bye-bye.